Now, more reaction to Harry and Meghan's interview now. I'm joined by Paul Burrell, Princess Diana's former butler, of course, member of the royal staff for over 20 years. Paul, it was an astonishing interview, wasn't it? Absolutely astonishing. How damaging do you think this is going to be for the royal family?
Well, firstly, Lorraine, can I say how sad and disappointed I am to hear all that's been said in this interview, because it reflects on the entire royal family, not just one member, but all of it, and the institution itself, of which Harry's grandmother is head. And I feel desperately sorry for the Queen, because in her 70th year of her reign, she is facing another crisis. And she has enough on her plate already with her sick husband in hospital. And, you know, how much can she take? And she has to bear all her family's problems. And this is just another one of them. And to level racism against her and the institution is a very serious criticism. Her Majesty absolutely is not racist in any way, shape or form. I've stood beside her on tours, and her greatest achievement, of course, is the Commonwealth. And she loves touring her Commonwealth and seeing her people. They don't see colour. They don't see that. They see people. And Her Majesty is a good, kind Christian lady. It can't be levelled at her.
But Paul, I don't think they are levelling it. I don't think they're levelling at the Queen. They were very, very careful not to criticise the Queen directly. What they've said is there was a conversation about the colour of their little boy's skin, but they won't tell us who it was. It's clearly somebody very senior in the royal family, but unfortunately, we don't know who that is. But when you think...
Well, why tell half a story? I mean, he's told half a story, lit a fire underneath it, and now there's going to be a witch hunt to find out actually who did say that. There's blood in the water, Lorraine. The sharks are circling, and you know what happens next. They just will not let go. So I'm saddened that all of this has to be aired in public, and you know, I just feel for the institution, which is the monarchy, and it's a wonderful institution.
Well, it's interesting, isn't it, that the other headline has been about Meghan saying that she didn't want to live. She didn't want to live. She couldn't be left alone, and that's horrendous. When you think that what the royals have done, especially the young royals like William and Kate and Harry himself and Meghan when she came into the family, talking about mental health issues, that makes it even worse, doesn't it?
It does. And of course, back in the day, sat with Harry's mother at Kensington Palace when she had particular problems. She had bulimia and she would self-harm herself, and she had to seek advice from outside, because there is no mechanism within the royal household to go to say, I have a problem and can you help me? You have to seek professional advice outside of palace walls. And that's exactly what the princess did. She suffered in silence, much the same as Meghan is describing now. She was on her own. She was pushed in the deep end and told to swim as fast as she could, and she got on with it. Incidentally, she did it for 16 years. Meghan only stood it for 20 months. There is a huge difference between the two.
There is a huge difference, but you think that the royal family would have learned something by what happened to Diana, and how Diana was struggling with her mental health. For goodness sake, you would expect now that they would have learned that lesson.
You would think, wouldn't you? But the institution and the system it continues the way it always has done. It's not broke, so why fix it? But clearly it is broke now, and it needs fixing. So this will raise certain questions within the royal household. They will be shocked and horrified by this. The Queen will not have seen it. Harry will have told the Queen about it directly on the phone. He has a direct contact to her. He's very close to his granny, and she is very fond of him. So, but this does raise problems for Her Majesty and the monarchy, which she would rather not face, because, quite honestly, she doesn't like upset. She doesn't like ripples in the pond. She likes an easy life, and she surely deserves that after her long, faithful service to the country.
And she doesn't like confrontation. We at least know that about her, and we can understand that. If Diana had lived, there's a lot of people talking about this, and if Diana had lived, a lot of people have said this would never have got like this. She would have mentored Meghan, taken care of her, smoothed things over, sorted the issues out with Meghan's own family, with her dad, and it just wouldn't have
Yes,
happened. And that makes it even sadder, doesn't it, Paul?
it does, because she would have been the person there to help, because she had the experience, the life experience. And of course, Oprah did come to Kensington Palace and tried to court the princess before her Panorama interview. She said to the princess, I want to be the first person to interview you. But Diana said afterwards, well, I couldn't do that, could I? Because I wouldn't be in control of it. And that's commercial television in the United States. I want to give it to a serious news program, which was heavyweight, Panorama, and would make my words more relevant. So again, the princess would have discussed all of this with them, with the young couple, and said to them, do you really want to go down this commercial route? Because it really is a minefield. Control it. Be in control of your own destiny. Oprah's a very clever businesswoman, and she got the interview she wanted. She didn't get it with Harry's mother, but she got it with Harry. She
certainly did, and it is a bombshell interview. I mean, you know, we were talking about that with our Russell earlier, how we didn't, you know, jaws are dropping, aren't they? That's the thing. I mean, we really are. It's extraordinary. Can these bridges be rebuilt, or is that it now?
Well, no, because Harry and Meghan have crossed that bridge from royalty to celebrity, and they are now celebrities. There are very few ways back over that bridge. He has said his brother is trapped, his father is trapped in the institution of monarchy. That is their destiny. That's their paths. Harry always knew that his brother had a different path to him. He was always on the path to monarchy. Harry wasn't. Harry had to find his own roadmap. And that's what he's doing now. I wish him all the luck in the world. I want them to succeed. I want them to continue the work Diana started. And they have the world at their feet. Just go now and do what you have to do. You don't really have to do any more interviews. Just don't do it. Just get on with the job and get on with your life.
I think you're very wise. I think you're very wise. I think they've done it now. They don't have to do any more. Paul, thank you. Always good to talk to you. Thank you so much. And you can watch that interview with Oprah and Meghan and Harry in full tonight, 9 o'clock on ITV. Don't forget, you can watch full episodes of Lorraine on the ITV Hub, and all the best clips, compilations and playlists right here on our channel. Just subscribe now and you'll never miss an upload. Click here to watch another video similar to this one, or click here to head to our channel's homepage to explore all of our exciting videos.